The governing body has asked me to use Proverbs 3:9 as the theme for the message they would like to be shared with the entire household of faith this month. Let's read that text together. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 9. And after we read it, we want to consider what are your valuable things. And what does the verse mean by giving the first fruits? Let's read Proverbs chapter 3, verse 9. Honor Jehovah with your valuable things, with the first fruits of all your produce. Let's first talk a little bit about what it means to offer our first fruits. In Bible times, it meant the earliest fruits of a season. So way before an Israelite knew what kind of a harvest he would have, whether it would be a bumper crop or very meager returns, with full faith and confidence, he was to give the first fruits to Jehovah, not just leftovers at the end of the harvest season. Furthermore, the Hebrew word for first fruit is in the sense of being the best of that early season. So the idea conveyed is not only first chronologically, but also first in quality. In fact, Exodus 23:19 says this. It says, "You are to bring the best of the first ripe fruits of your ground to the house of Jehovah your God." The best of the first fruits would truly honor Jehovah. And the Greek term for first fruits comes from a root word having the basic meaning of primacy or preeminence. Again, the idea, the best we have. Proverbs 3:9 also indicated that we can honor or show respect and appreciation for Jehovah with our valuable things. And as stated at Revelation 4:11, Jehovah is truly worthy of all the honor we can give him. Not only do we owe it to him, because he is our creator, he is worthy of it because of the kind of God he is. But what are the valuable things with which we can honor Jehovah? What first might come to mind are our material possessions, our finances. Well, that is true, and we want to talk about this a little bit later. But there are many other valuables that a Christian can offer to Jehovah to give him the honor that he is worthy of. For example, our time. Mr. Benjamin Franklin, a scientist and statesman, once said, "Do not squander time, for that is the stuff life is made of." Yes, time is a valuable resource. And many of you dear ones are offering your valuable time in the ministry each month. Some of you are able to give to Jehovah 70 or more hours a month in the ministry as regular pioneers, while others of us are not in a position to spend that amount of time in the field ministry. We rejoice with those who can. And interestingly, under the law given to Moses, the quantity of first fruits to be offered was not fixed. It was left to the generosity and circumstances of the giver. He was to give his best, though, no matter how much or how little that proved to be. No matter what the amount, then, can we give the first fruits of our time in the ministry? We do this by scheduling some time early in the month, not just leftovers the last few days of the month. Remember, we give Jehovah our first fruits. What other valuable things do we possess that we can give to Jehovah, thus honoring him? Well, many have construction skills and other talents that they are willing to offer for the building of kingdom halls, assembly halls, remote translation offices, and branch facilities, including the large world headquarters complex in Warwick, New York. Jehovah is magnified by such voluntary contributions of energy and skills. These are truly valuable things. But now, I would like to address the valuable things that may have first come to mind: material possessions or financial giving and support. As you know, for over 130 years, this organization has never solicited for funds, and it is certainly not going to start now. We don't send out monthly statements to each of Jehovah's Witnesses specifying a dollar amount that should be submitted to finance the work worldwide. Most donations, in fact, are contributed anonymously. Over the years, I have told various Bible students that a person could attend our meetings for 20 years and never put a penny in the contribution box, and we would not know it. Jehovah, of course, would know it, but we would not, because the donations are anonymous, but from the heart. We don't know who gives what. But for a certainty, any donations received do not line anyone's pockets and are not misappropriated. They are all used in supporting theocratic endeavors worldwide. As described in Matthew 24:45 through 47, the governing body prayerfully and sincerely endeavors to be not only the faithful slave, but also the discreet slave in wisely managing the master's resources. And please, dear brothers and sisters, pray for Jehovah to help us to be successful in being not only faithful, but also discreet. But often a member of the governing body will be heard to say, in spending Jehovah's money, we have to be more careful than we are in spending our own money. And that is truly how we feel about the matter. Yet, as you can well imagine, millions of dollars are required each month to finance the colossal kingdom work that is being supported by this organization in some 239 lands. Where does all of the financial support come from? Largely from you, dear brothers and sisters. Most funds come from what you voluntarily put in the contribution box in your kingdom hall. Yes, that little box with a slot that is labeled worldwide work is primarily what finances all of the theocratic initiatives that have been implemented. Of course, there are many other ways to contribute, as explained usually in the November issue of the Watchtower each year. Sometimes we may feel a little shy to talk about the financial needs of the organization. That is understandable, because we in no way want to be categorized with other organizations, religious and otherwise, that coerce their supporters to donate. However, because all of us have the privilege to donate funds, we would like to let you know something about our current situation. Then you can respond as your heart impels you. As you might have sensed, I am not shy about this subject. And why not? It is because we have many scriptural examples of Jehovah's faithful servants making known the financial needs of the congregation. Only when supporters of the kingdom know the needs can they respond accordingly. For example, turn with me, please, to Exodus chapter 35. Now think about this as you're turning there. The Israelites were in Sinai. They were marching through a wilderness. They did not have fields or businesses with money flowing in. They just had what they had brought with them when leaving Egypt. Nevertheless, Jehovah instructed them to build a place of worship. Was Jehovah shy about letting the people know about the material needs? Well, read with me Exodus 35, verses 4 and 5. Moses then said to the entire assembly of the Israelites, "This is what Jehovah has commanded." Now, it wasn't Moses' command. This is what Jehovah has commanded. Take up a contribution for Jehovah from among yourselves. Let everyone with a willing heart bring a contribution for Jehovah: gold, silver, copper. You see, the people would not have known this need if Jehovah had not informed them. Very interesting, is it not? The governing body very much feels the urgency of accomplishing as much as we possibly can in behalf of kingdom interest, knowing that the great day of Jehovah is near. So in an effort to keep you informed of the support that is needed for this great work, I have the following information to share. We have looked forward to this next fiscal year and projected the expenditures for all of the theocratic initiatives we are scheduling. In doing the math, we found that the amount of money flowing out will be much greater than the amount of money that we have coming in at this time. Well, why is that? Does this represent a lack of appreciation for spiritual things? No, absolutely not. To the contrary, we are witnessing unprecedented enthusiasm among the brotherhood for all the spiritual bounty that is coming our way. We have up-to-date Bibles and an abundance of printed literature. And there's so much appreciation for the new and continually improving jw.org